Jetagi no sumangu, you know walk where you get, when you're shown. What's that to do, you know? Why not say, you know? Yes, and why you know what you're shown? Get your Israel, get my Egypt, get your Ethiopia, get Sudan, what you're shown. I crack about you know when you're for Karacha, I get you when you're, I mean, I'm fair. I crack about you know when you're for Karacha, I get you when you're, I mean, I'm fair. I'm a Caminian Matu, I'm a Caonian Motu, I'm a Caonian Watumo. I'm a Caminian Matu, I'm a Caonian Motu, I'm a Caonian Watumo. I'm a Caonian Watumo, we not a tank, catch you walk out, Banya. Can you change inside your mama? Can you change inside your mama? Can you change inside my mama? Can you change inside your mama?
10th of July in the year of our Lord 2019. We are back again with another edition of CrossFire. A special good evening to you all out there, our listeners and followers on Facebook, the various social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and the live streaming on the tuning app, the Africanna radio tuning app. It's CrossFire time. We are back to make some noise for Ghana. I have with me in the studio my good friend, as usual, Richard, and in the background is my other good friend, Mr. D. He is the man behind, the brain behind this. So, good evening. I hope everyone is out. Everyone out there is good and well by the grace of the Almighty God. My friend, how are you?
Yes, as always, I've been part of the divine selection. So I am very happy. I'm doing well.
Great.
Can't really complain.
All right. Yes, I'm happy to hear you're doing very well.
Yeah.
So, what do we do? Tonight, what do we have for you? First, I think we need to apologize. We normally start at 9 o'clock, but we were held up. There are camp balances. See what food does now. We had to sort out a few things before coming. So, our sincere apologies for starting late, but we'll try as much as we can to cover the most important things that we need to talk about. I can't get it. Do you have it? I'm trying to share, but
I've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I've just shared it.
You shared it? Good.
It's on the Dominic Tumfe. It's not on the...
Okay, I've got it now. Yeah. All right, listeners, the show is being broadcast live on Facebook. If you go to Mr. D. Dumfe, you'll find the show there, or you can type in Africanna Radio. You'll get it. I've also shared it on my wall. Mike Jones, Richard Agyepong has also shared it. So we welcome you to join us. Bring your comments. Make your views known. Be citizen, don't be a spectator for Ghana. And it goes across all over the world. We all have to be citizens. And if you disagree, you are free to call in and let us know that you disagree. We will pick your call. I'll be putting out the numbers as the show goes along. That's it for your Mama Joba CrossFire programming show at Africanna Radio. The Bremo every Wednesday. You could be a free 9 o'clock echo. But and I check a crack. It's no fan chair. You bet was so. Yachacha munina baby amobia yachiamo. Yebe de kakra magana na of course. Opesa ocha wadwin a wo ho kwan. Obenya your Facebook. Mike Jones, what type of Mike Jones I will be home in your me tita Richard did just say quabble. Yeah, yo. Nti we hu ye ho Richard apia. Ya cheche mu nyina ba bia mo bia London for Ghana for America for Italy for, of course, Bedfordians, the Vivis, the Nanas, and the Tatars. Hey, Mrs. Amokwando, me tell you, if you are there, give us a wave. Mr. Bimpe, Richard Jemfi, and our NDC friend, what's his name? Simon. Yes, Simon.
Yeah, Simon.
Long time no hear. Let's hear from you tonight. Masa, what do we have? Usually, when we are doing CrossFire, we like to go around the world and talk about a few things, what is happening, because British politics has become very interesting.
Interesting, isn't it?
We are in interesting times, and last night I watched the debates. I don't know if you watched.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance
the two contenders vying for.
Are they gonna have another one before the election?
I'm not too sure. I mean, in 2 weeks' time, we are going to have a new prime minister in Britain. Yeah. So, for the sake of our listeners who are not in the UK and who are not following British politics, sometimes it's good for us to, update ourselves with what is happening and then talk about it. Sometimes we can learn something from what is going on here, compare it to back home, and see whether actually our MPs are behaving in the national interest or not. I'm acting in the national interest. Can you go to Congress and do that? Chai! Ghana MP.
Pathetic.
He's going to court. So we never hear. You see, it doesn't come up in the media. Where is it? No one has heard it. Oh, dear me. I want to say he's also what he did. He's working in the national interest. He's ready to defend himself anywhere. Hey, national interest,
very pathetic.
We will come there.
Somebody like that deserve to lose their seats.
We'll come there. Tonight we'll be talking about quite a few things. We have whether the fight against corruption and indiscipline is how far. The performance of the administration, the Akufo-Addo government, MPP administration, since they took over power. We have Kumi Preku demonstration. As it Kumi Yam Preku. Ironically, when this current president was way back in the 90s, 95, he was one of the leaders of Kumi Preku demonstration when they brought in VAT.
Yeah.
And now we have Kumi Yam Preku. Ooh, interesting. Okay, my brother, British politics. Tonight, the ambassador to the US has resigned.
Yeah.
Analyst, he didn't say he resigned because he wasn't supported by the British government or not.
I think they are trying to draw in
Boris
Johnson into it. They are saying that during that yesterday's debate, when the question was put to him, he did not give a definite answer. I don't know how.
What has that got to do with?
I don't get that linkage. I don't get it at all. What's that got to do with anything?
Masa, the world has changed, and people think that we are in ordinary times. I've said it again. We are not.
No.
We are in a very extraordinary period. Especially considering what we have when it comes to social media, when it comes to hacking, when it comes to espionage of information. Look at what happened to this Cambridge Analytica and then the interference of elections, the allegations of Russian interference in American elections and all that. People can do so many things on social media.
Yeah.
So all your information out there is gone.
Yeah.
So it's about time the British and the established democracies realize this and devise, re-strategize their ways.
Yeah.
This old way of every diplomat is a spy, and then they start sending information out there about their they you know these diplomatic cables that were leaked by WikiLeaks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kwesi Pratt was reported Nana Akufo-Addo to the British High Commissioner. Then that he wakes up and he's smoke around everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, Nana Akufo-Addo will ignore that, but not Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, not Mr. Trump. And in any case, yes, you are a diplomat. So why do you want to write such a derogatory thing about the President of the United States?
But Mike,
and describe his administration, him as his temperament and his administration as dysfunctional, inept, and all that.
I know where you're going, but then I mean, we all.
Why do you do that in the first place?
We all see Trump as a different kind of president, someone who doesn't really. He takes his administration or his presidency as a personal business thing. So when you say
isn't that good enough?
You always expect him to come back and say
no. Isn't that good enough?
It is, but look.
If I believe, let me tell you something.
I believe, Mike. Look, personally,
yeah,
I think he went a bit too far.
Who?
Trump.
Why?
The language that he used was totally unnecessary. He can react. It was expected. The moment I heard that the leakage, I knew that Trump was not gonna sit down. He was obviously gonna tweak something and then respond in equal terms. But I felt that the words were a bit harsh. You know, using the F word, fool. You know.
Did you read the information in the leakage? The diplomat didn't disown that information. Okay?
Yeah, but
he did not.
It's a leak.
So do you expect Mr. Trump to keep quiet?
Yeah, but it does. So why was he insulting Theresa May as well? So that angle that he brought Theresa May into it. What was the point in that? Because look, it shows complete disrespect for the British people.
Does it?
That special relationship, I don't see it that way.